Hi everybody, this is Tim from Ultraman, and I thought I would take this time while I'm on my road trip so you can maybe see the mountain in the background here in Montana. So a few days ago I posted, well on July 8th, I posted the flyer from the Rolla demo that we did in Rolla, Missouri, and I'll repost that in this, I'll just put it in here, right around here. And I thought today, since it is July 17th, that I would talk about this day in Ultraman history. The record release show, July 17th, it was at First Rock on 214 Morgan, which was later, of course, the New Bernard. Well, almost 5 years later, close to it. Not quite. The record release show for Freezing Inside was great. Big crowd. Dead Planet opened, just one opening band. We had posters and shirts. What we didn't have was the actual album. I don't think we had it until later in the month. We had them before we went on tour in August. So for whatever reason, the albums didn't make it to us in time for the record release show. There's a video of it. It's when I get home, I'll put a link in this. I'm gonna post this tonight, but I don't know if I have the wherewithal to put a link in the description. Maybe I'll figure it out on my little iPad thing here. But there's a video of it. Most of the video is shot from outside. Everybody got kicked out for the most part. I mean, not everybody, obviously, but a large number of people were kicked out for stage diving because the woman that ran it, the venue, said that if there no slam dancing, no stage diving, so that pretty much put everyone out the door during our set. There's plenty of stage diving, and they immediately get ejected. So at one point, towards the end of the set, there's like 40 people out in front, and you could watch because the stage, the window was behind you, and you face the bar. And so people could just look in the window and see the show and hear the show. Basically, you can still hear through the window on the video camera. What else? Oh yeah, they tried to add a under 21 surcharge day of show, like not just day of show, but like when we got there, and we were like, no, you're not doing that. So I think we only charged, the flyer says $4. So anyone under 21 was gonna have to pay $6. And I was like, well, what if they don't have it? Like, who's not going to have an extra $2 on it? But I didn't like the idea of it. So I just went out and told everyone, just tell them you don't have the extra $2. I don't know how many people paid it. We never saw any of it. If they did collect it, it was just for the venue. What else can I say about that show? Other than the fact that we didn't have our records at the album release show. So that was today. 1989, July 17th. And I was also looking through my phone here, and I found a flyer from a show July 15th, which was a couple of days ago. Ludichrist, just says new date, July 15th. We played that show. We're on it, on the flyer. And then I noticed at the bottom, it says SNFU, July 29th. I'm assuming this is 1989. Yeah, I think it is. I could be wrong. No, it's 89. It's either 88 or 89. Either way, it was July 15th. And I'm almost positive we played that SNFU show at the Bernard. Because I remember every time we played with them, I was just like, whoa, why'd we bother? And let's see, is there anything else in this? No. So anyway, Ludichrist was July 15th apparently, and apparently we played that show. I don't really remember it. I don't know if that was the show where Kathy had to, like, they made her go to an ATM to get the money to pay them. And we ended up playing with Ludichrist again. If this was 89, we played with them again a few months later in Washington, D.C. with UK Subs. And then there was one other thing, because I'm not going to get around to filming it because I'll be driving. I won't have time to do this. or I won't feel like doing it. Okay, so I already talked about July 8th. I already posted that before. That was really cool. I did want to talk a little bit more about that. So the guy named Doug Mesco is the one that booked that. He was in a band called Stale Fish. He was from Rolla, and he went to skate camp in St. Louis in both years, I think, 86 and 87. I'm sure we met at a show. I'm not sure if his band had played here at the Bernard, and that's how I met him, or if I just met him when he was here for skate camp. Anyway, I ended up driving around for a little bit. We skated the 170 ditch. And anyway, he had us come down and play this street style contest in the Lions Club Park in Rolla, Missouri, July 8th, 1989. And we played, it was in like basically a picnic table cover thing. It wasn't very big. We were just kind of set up in the corner, and they must have I don't know if they had power there. It must have had power. I don't remember there being a generator, and a little PA and lights, and of course the lights attracted all the June bugs. And the problem was, in 1989, I had massive giant hair that was flying everywhere, and unfortunately, during this business with the hair, I was catching June bugs in my hair, which was terrible. Okay, take two. I got the air conditioner off. Anyway, so Social Chaos was the next thing I wanted to talk about. That was July 18th, 1999. This was it the, I don't think, no, it wasn't the first show we did in Lawrence. Oh, it was the first, yeah, it was. The first show we did in Lawrence after reforming. We had played in Olathe and Kansas City, but not Lawrence. And I don't think we went back there for, geez, I don't think we played there again until the Outhouse movie premiere that I can remember. Anyway, so Social Chaos was a huge tour. It was all over North America, basically. And all I remember is it was booked by some kid in Florida or something. I don't remember all the details of that. They had some weird dude who was like the MC, and he was like sort of a low rent, whatever that bald guy's name was from MTV. He was like that, like a discount version of that guy. Eventually, at some point, I think the business decided that he had to go, and maybe more, multiple bands got together and decided that guy needed to go. Like, I think they ditched him. I can't remember before LA or not, because sidebar, I after this show, I met up with the UK Subs in Mesa, Arizona, and drove them from there, the show there, to LA, and then San Francisco, and then flew home. But I can't remember, at some point, either before that or right during that, they ditched that guy. I think before the LA show. So in between maybe Arizona and LA, they got rid of that guy. I don't remember the details. He was just gone. I think they convinced him to leave. Sternly suggested he leave, I think. But anyway, the flyer, TSOL, Vice Squad, UK Subs, Chelsea, DOA, the Vibrators, One Way System, The Business, Murphy's Law, who I don't remember being on this at all. If they were there, I don't remember it. The other shows, I don't remember them either. DRI, Anti-Heroes, Gangrene. I don't remember Gangrene playing either. Sloppy Seconds, Lower East Side Stitches, Dr. No, and of course, Ultraman. Squeezed in at the bottom because I called the promoter, known him since the Outhouse days, and asked if we could play. We got like a pretty decent time slot too, like not at the beginning and not at the end where you don't want to be. We were right in the middle, like right around 6 o'clock, I think. And what I didn't know was that part of the deal was that everybody, the guitar players and bass player and I guess the drums too, maybe, Ultraman was providing the back line, which I don't know that he ever mentioned that. Seems like I would have remembered that. But anyway, that all was worked out. That was fine. But it was a long day, as you can imagine. So we got there very early. And of course, the whole show was started off day before with a giant snafu on my part because of the logistics. I forgot that Enterprise, where I had reserved the van, closed at noon. So we didn't have a van. So I had to scramble and get a van, like a minivan that, basically held just me and John, the bass player, and all our gear. So Bob, Timo and Jason had to get up there themselves. Bob drove up the night before too, and the way it worked out is this is crazy because then I was old. I was mid-30s, and I still thought this was a good idea, and it worked out anyway. So Sons of Hercules were playing at the side door the night before, and I wanted to see them, so it kind of worked out. I was like, all right, well, we'll go to the show at side door, and as soon as it's over, we'll get in the van, we'll drive to Kansas City. It's only like 3.5, 4 hours, no big deal. We'll get there by 3 or 4 in the morning, and we did. But there's no way I would do that now. I don't even know if I would have done that 10 years ago, but that's what we did. It was a huge show. It was a lot of fun. It was at Liberty Hall. Never played Liberty Hall before or since. That's where I saw Who's Kerdu in 1984 with NOTA. Well, my voice sounds pretty roached. I guess I've been inhaling a lot of dry, hot air out here in Montana. So I'm going to put this together and I'll post it online. I'll stick the flyer to the beginning at the end of it, I guess, because I'll have to do it on the iMovie on my iPad. And I think that was all I wanted to talk about. So just wanted to recap July 8th, Rolla, the record release show on July 17th, and then that weird flyer I found from July 15th. I wanted to find more flyers. I meant from the start of the year for the 40th anniversary of Ultraman, I wanted to do more of these sort of just whatever rambling about Ultraman stories. I should go through and just grab some flyers and just talk about them. If I can remember anything about them. That's the thing with most of these shows. I don't remember most of them. Like that Ludichrist show, I vaguely remember that, and I remember seeing SNFU. I'm not positive we played though. I think we did. I know we played with them at least once, the Bernard. But I think that is it. So I hope you're enjoying the scenery, even the mundane hotels that you see across the street, just like the one I'm in. With the giant mountains in the background of Montana, you can't help but notice how great that looks, even with all that in front of it. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this up and post it later. Thank you and good night. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. There will be Ultraman t-shirts, the album, the demo cassette reissue, the little zine that I made for the 40th anniversary show. In the next few weeks, hopefully that will all be available online for you to purchase. So stay tuned.